Hey everybody, thanks for joining me again this week. So this weekend I got the body blank all finished up. I got it all glued up, all the different layers are now together and the final body shape is all set. So I'm going to show you guys how we did that here in this video. This is the bottom half all glued up. This is the bulk of my clamps. I'm going to do this in two pieces. So this piece, this glue up includes the back, the layer of purple veneer, and then the plywood layer as well. So getting those glued up first, and then I'll take these off a little later this afternoon, glue up the oak and the top piece and together. And then once I have that all cleaned up, I'll come back and glue the bottom half to the top half. So yeah, I'm doing this in a few different glue ups. I just want to make sure that I have everything lined up properly and that nothing slides around. I mean, I used a couple of toothpicks to keep things in where they should be, so it shouldn't be sliding around, but just to save myself a little bit of stress, I didn't think it would be a whole heck of a lot of fun to try and glue up, a handful of different layers all at once. So this seemed reasonable to me. Only need to keep these clamps on for a couple hours before I can come back and knock them off and do the other sections. So yeah, today will just be about watching glue dry pretty much. All right, see you soon. Well, looks like the first part of this went pretty well. I don't see any place where we left any gaps or did anything too crazy, so I'm going to press on with the next bits here and see how it happens. All right, I think that's the second half all glued up. Or didn't even do it by halves. I saw that it was going to be pretty easy to add those next two layers in with the way that I'd already done it with the toothpicks, little toothpicks that I drilled it into the corners and made it actually really easy to line up those last two pieces. So I was able to just do this in two glue ups instead of three. So, but rest of the glue up looks like it went pretty well. Everything looks pretty tight. And you can kind of see the center line there in the middle of the shot. Looks like it all lines up pretty darn well. Hey, just popped right off, not bad. Not too bad. Just a little off of there, but it's all going to get sanded anyway, so I think we're in pretty good shape. All right, so there's the body blank released from its clamps. Go ahead and redraw the, kind of see the outline on there still. I'll do that a little darker, and then I'm going to go over the bandsaw and cut it out. Everybody, here we are. So this is where I've got the body to so far. I think that the glue up went pretty well. There's a couple of minor spots I need to take care of. Well, minor, I'd say. That one's pretty minor, though, I'd say. Place where there was a void in the plywood, but super easy. I'm just going to clean out that trash there. Find a suitable piece of wood to glue in there. Carve it down. Never know it was there. Well, you will, because it's probably going to be a different bit of a slightly different color. One thing I'm going to have to take care of, though, is this guy right here. So you might remember from the last video that I told you guys that I didn't run these filler strips for where the shelves were, or where the shelf dividers were, all the way across the body, all the way across that slot, just enough to kind of cover up that hole in the end. And what I forgot to consider was a belly carve. So I may end up cutting into the slot that doesn't have a piece of filler strip in it when I carve that belly carve. So I'll deal with that when I get to it. If it materializes, we'll go ahead and clean it up, make it look right, and no one will really know it's there. It'll disappear pretty quickly. So, but next thing's up. I'm going to go ahead and get that that last piece done here, and that'll finish up the machining on the body. So I'll go ahead and get that cut, and then show you guys what that looks like here in just a few minutes. All right, guys, here's where we are now. I'll throw a picture up on the screen here for you of where we started. So a picture of the secretary that we started with. Got that lower horn cut down a little bit. Also did a little refinement to the edge here, which I like quite a bit. And there you can see the final stack up of the different pieces. With the mahogany, plywood, a little purple veneer in there, plywood, the oak, and then the mahogany. And in another development here, I've decided I am not going to I'm not going to bind this. I want to do a bevel cut on the top and at the edge, which I think will look a lot cooler. I'm kind of tired. The last few guitars that I've done with the binding, and a couple of basses I've done with the binding as well, and I just kind of want to do something a little different. So I'm going to do a beveled edge on the top and a nice rounded edge on the back. There's the body done. I think it looks pretty good. Let's see how the end ended up there as well. So here it is. It's right side up for you. So you can kind of see the stack up, and you can see those filler pieces in there as well, which I think did a really good job of cleaning up that piece and making that usable at its full thickness. So I think that looks good. And I love the end grain on the oak as well. I think it looks really good. All right, well, that's it, everybody. Thanks again for joining me this week for a few minutes. I really do appreciate you guys taking a few minutes out of your day to join me here and watch the silliness. So thanks again. Next week, I will be talking to you guys about the neck blank. I did get that glued up, but I'll show you all about that next week. So we have a blank here that's all ready to go. And next week, I'll be all about getting the design transferred onto that and then getting it down to shape and start carving away at it. So I'll get the truss rod installed and all that during that video. So, but that's for next week. So thanks again for taking some time here, and look forward to seeing you again on the next one.